Alright guys, and welcome back to Armoured Warfare, and today we are taking out the M1A2 Abrams. This thing it's a very good tier 9 machine. Of course it's not as good as the Challenger 2 because it's American, and you know, American things just aren't very good, but it is... the way I look at the American vehicles is that I see them as a jack-of-all-trades sort of vehicle. You know, they've got a good gun. The M1A2 has got a very, very punchy gun. About 600 damage, about 590 penetration. It's about average, to be honest. It's got average frontal armor. In fact, the frontal armor is actually quite strong. Very, very strong. But I say strong, compared to the Challenger 2 and the 2A6, it's near enough the same, to be honest. It's not as strong, but... You see what I'm saying? It's a very average vehicle. The mobility is really, really good at the Abrams. The Abrams probably comes out second to top against the Leopard 2A6 for mobility. This thing is a very, very fast machine. As you can see here, we're going 67 kilometers per hour straight ahead. It is a very, very quick machine, which is something that really does come in handy a lot when you're in this thing. It is very, very helpful to be able to do. To be able to go quickly, to be able to move around and respond to flanks, and you can get that good frontal armor and you can get that good gun on target very nicely. And another thing as well that this does very well, this tank, is it's got very, very good hull and turret traverse, which is quite nice in fact. But I find the aiming time of the gun, you know, it's just average. There's nothing really spectacular about the Abrams that I can certainly say. Yes, it's got very good frontal armor with not very many weak spots. The turret ring perhaps is a weak spot, but I really struggle to penetrate these things when I'm against them. You know, it's just one of those things that happens. Look, T90 side, 560 damage. About a little bit below average roll there, you know. It's got applique armor, side era mounted on the side of the hull, which is quite nice. You know, there's not really much to say about the Abrams other than it's an average machine. So if you're struggling, you're sitting there going, well, what do I want? What line should I get? There are a lot of tanks that are better than the Abrams, but the Abrams is just sort of in the middle. You know, there's nothing really wrong with it. There's nothing really particularly amazing about it. Probably the biggest flaw that I can find of the Abrams is that it doesn't get any gun depression over the engine deck. That's really it, to be honest. There's not really much about it. Fired at the Ariete, didn't do anything to the Ariete, and you can see here we are trying to envelop all these guys down the bottom. Oh, bottom of him. Game froze a second there. 557. Yeah, about average, to be honest. Damage. It's got an alright reload of 8.4 seconds. Alright aiming time as well. It's not particularly accurate, but it's not, I wouldn't say it was terrible, the accuracy. There he is, firing to the engine bit there. 615, yeah, that's quite good. Good damage roll on his engine. There we go. Side of an Abrams, nothing can go wrong there, but of course it goes wrong for me. So, you know, the penetration gets the job done, but sometimes it does get annoying. I think we bounced off his track on the side there, so we'll aim up in a better spot, fire into his engine. Engine and fuel tanks damage. Turret traverse of the Abrams, as you can see there, is quite good. He turns back and gets annihilated. Challenger 2, rear of it. We fire into the dead corpse instead, and my shell gets absolutely eaten by the dead corpse. Bit of a bummer, but we have done 2,500 damage in that space of time. It's nothing... Like, if you were to compare this to the T90 MS, this thing has got way better frontal armor than the T90 MS. It's not as mobile, doesn't traverse as fast, and it doesn't have as good gun. If you were to compare it to the Challenger 2, it's more mobile, doesn't have as good armor, and has a better gun. Silent, you know, these guys here, Leopard 2A6, sorry, not 7, 2A6 in front. Fires, oh, is that a 2A5? I think that's a 2A5. Yeah, it's 2A5. You see, 2A5, tier 8. We're still struggling to penetrate those things. The gun is just average. The ramming damage is brilliant. I didn't actually mean to do that. That was a bit of a mistake on my behalf. He did say sorry, but it was my fault for not paying attention to what was in front of me. Bit annoying there. Artillery absolutely opening fire on us. Not really doing anything. He misses. Not even firing at us, to be honest. Moving to RT cover. No, nothing there. T90 MS, can we penetrate that? Nope, the 2A5 backs in front of us. Or backs in the way, which is good play from him, to be honest. That stopped us being able to fire into his tier 9 on his team, one of the last ones alive. They've got a crab. Oh, okay. T90MS is dead. Rush around the side of the 2A5, and yeah, we got him in the bag. Right then. Nothing. This is probably like the most boring video I've done, because there's nothing I can sit down and say, yeah, T90MS, it's really fast, it's got a fantastic gun doing loads of damage, you play it like a frontline brawler right in the face of all the enemies, and the gameplay's good. The Abrams really isn't like that. I can't get the Abrams. It can brawl, it can mid-range snipe, it can take the hits like a Challenger. It's just sort of jack of all trades, master at none sort of vehicle. So the tactics for this vehicle is, you can play it really like anything you want it to, but getting that good frontal armor and good gun up close is a really good tactic, I guess. That could be a good one to do. There's enemy crab. No, can't get him. Crab looks like it's going to be coming down and around on this side street, so we can cut him off using the mobility of the Abrams to cut off a crab, which will be nice. There he is. Yep, here he comes. You can see here, the mobility is good. Come around the corner, a bit angled, aim up on him, and blow him to smithereens. Boom. Sorry, crab. Very sorry. T90. T90 is a good machine. At close range, the T90 is a very, very capable brawler. And so is the M1A2. And the M1A1 as well at that. But yeah, there's not really too much penetration on the front there. Even looking at the lower plate, it's not too good. Get to his side. Gun depression on the side of the Abrams isn't brilliant. Put round through his side. He puts one into us as well. There is a Panzerhaubitze 2000 behind us. He might aim up on us. Yep, there he goes. Fired. Hits us. And, oh my god, ow. Set on fire. We've lost our primary commander sight, our gunner sight, fuel tanks, ammo rack, track, and gun. We did fire back on him. But, of course, gun damage, we missed. We've lost all our era on that side and on that side. So all our extra armor has been taken off by that Panzerhaubitze 2000. I'm going to load a heat round here. The Paladin was last spotted here. Our Paladin is also making a move in. And so is our T90. I'm expecting the T90 to get the kill, to be honest. More mobile, better gun than me. I got better armor, of course. It's the most average tank in the game for the tier 9s. It's the most average tier 9. It's average everything. And yeah, I wasn't going to get that. The Paladin managed to steal the kill off the T90 though, which I thought was quite funny during this game. That was quite a comical moment. A T90 had a kill steal from a Paladin at, God, close range. I would have put that down as the Paladin. And we won. Now, sadly as well, my game decided it wasn't going to save the actual, you know, results screen. So all I've managed to get is a screenshot of it. So I'll put the screenshot up when it loads in, of course. And we did quite nicely. 3,992 damage. It's about average for a tier 9 game. We took 2,766 damage. We took a lot of critical modules, showing that the armor and the survivability of the Abrams is quite good. The gun is good. The mobility also putting us on spot there for that spotting damage of 1,269. We put ourselves in a good position. Everything just works on the Abrams. It's just an all-round average to good machine. There's nothing special about it other than it's average. And there's nothing to really disadvantage it other than it's got poor side and rear armor like a lot of the tanks have, and it's got no gun depression of the rear. So guys, I hope you take this on board, and I hope you have different experiences to what I have. I hope you enjoy it more than I do. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.